All right, so I had planned on all restorative. However, Beth is here and Beth needs to move. She's had knee surgery recently and the movement's actually better for her. So I'm going to do what I typically do, and we'll start with movement and then we'll move to restore, because I know Sharon likes that anyway. She likes to move and then restore. So that'll work. And Nancy, I'm sorry about your migraine headache. If you need to just be still while we're up, but we'll eventually come to join you.
Video.
Yeah. Could you do me a favor? Could you, the light switch that's closest, or that's farther from the door, can you hit that? Yeah, I don't know if that'll help you, but we'll just dim that light for you. Okay, so welcome everyone. Monday, I came in with my Tennessee gear. I was happy we beat Bama, but I did bring it back to yoga, and I talked about how loyalty equals discipline plus devotion. And I was mentioning how I was proud of my son for being so influenced by his dad to move to the Georgia side, and he stuck with me, who introduced him to football on the Tennessee side. And anyway, I was talking about the loyalty of sticking with the team, or the loyalty of sticking with your partner, or the loyalty of sticking with your tribe of people, or the loyalty to sticking with your company. Like, where does your loyalty lie? But then at the very end of class, I may have told you, I was feeling Monday, like my heart was racing, my breath was off, and I realized it was my nervous system out of whack because my son just got his permit and I'm letting him drive himself to school. And then I come straight from his school here. So I realized Monday, my nerves were shot. So that's where I'm going with today's practice, is thinking about my son and him beginning to drive. And now I'm trying to continue to teach him, even though he's gone through driving school, even though he's driving, like, I'm trying to teach him, even though you've got your permit, you don't know everything. You're still learning. You're still getting the experience. That's why the parents need to be with you, so that we can continue to work with you on these skills, because he just thinks he's got it. But yet yesterday, rolling off an exit, he rolled right through the red light and turned right, didn't stop. And I'm like, you gotta stop at the red light. He goes, you can turn right on red. And I'm like, but you still have to come to a complete stop, right? So I'm still teaching him, like, he knows this, but he didn't apply it. He just was going, well, but I can turn on red. So another thing that I was teaching him this morning, because when I'm letting him drive, it's in Nashville. We're going to his school, which is Nashville School of the Arts, between Murfreesboro Road and downtown. And we have to deal with rush hour traffic, both ways, okay? So it's a test for my patience and my nervous system. But what I was trying to teach him yesterday was, yes, you want to be a cautious driver and you want to avoid the aggressive drivers, but sometimes you have to be the aggressive one. And in rush hour, you know what I'm talking about. When you're needing to get into a certain lane and you've got these people that just won't let you over, sometimes you have to cut the car a little bit to be a little aggressive to get in that lane so that you can get to where you're going to. So it's a fine line I'm trying to walk on how to teach him through rush hour drive. But what I want to bring this to yoga is, how are you driving this vehicle, your body? How are you treating your body? Just like we have to get our car fine-tuned, right? We have to get the oil changes. We have to get the tires rotated. You know, there's certain maintenance things we have to do on our vehicle. We have to do maintenance on ourselves too. And I want you to consider, since this is our vehicle, when we're operating on the mat, how are you operating this vehicle? Are you being reckless with your practice? Or are you really tuned into your body, and are you being cautious in your practice? And there may be a time for one or the other, but lately I've seen newbies coming to yoga And maybe we're trying to teach headstand or handstand. And they're just wanting to recklessly go into it without the body awareness, without the strength, without waiting for the instruction. They're just trying to force it. And so I thought this would be a good topic to talk about today. This is our vehicle right now. This is important, not only to take care of, but how we're managing it. Not just on the mat, but off the mat. So let's go ahead and start sitting up and breathing. And we'll get up and stand and do some work on our feet, and then we'll bring it back down to the floor. So we'll start sitting on a prop if you want to help your back get some good posture. Let your arms relax down to your lap. Close the lids of the eyes. Take a moment to really extend up through the breastbone, the sides of your neck and the crown of your head. And at the same time, staying settled in your seat and feeling the ground below. So think about two lines of energy here. We discuss these lines of energy in our practice. The grounding line, or the energy flowing down, is called apana. And the rising energy is called prana. And this energy is constantly fluctuating and moving up and down in our system, because the prana initiates our in-breath and the apana creates the out-breath. So sit with your breath a moment, noticing when you feel compelled to breathe in, and then become more of the driver of your breath. Equally noting that on the out breath. Patiently awaiting for the out breath to be complete before you inhale again. And gently begin to open up your eyelids. You're going to take your right arm out in front of your chest and then take it across your body. And your left hand can either hold the top of that arm, or you can hook the other arm underneath. So there's different ways to do it. Notice if that shoulder is starting to hike up towards the ear, and then soften it down. Opening up the outseam of the arm, these 3 meridians that travel here. Good, release. Take your left arm forward and then across, right hand hugging it in or hooking the arm underneath. Still sitting upright, still controlling the breath. Good, and release. Sink the fingertips down alongside your hips. Reach that right arm skyward. Exhale, walk or slide your left hand over as you curve into a seated form of crescent moon. Your next inhale, just use that same arm to rise up, and then as you exhale, lower that hand. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, walk or slide your right hand over, tilting that direction. Taking Chandrasana. Opening up the channel of the breath. Inhale, gently draw it up. And exhale, relax the hand down. We'll come up to stand now. And we'll stand at the top of our mat. Take your time coming up. But we're gonna solidify the feet down, broadening the base of the feet, spreading out through the toes. When you spread out the base of the feet and lodge the feet into the floor, you should feel the ignition of the muscles firing up to the legs, and then zip up through your midriff. Bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. We're going to start with some twists. So now that we're standing in Tadasana, the standing mountain pose, circle the arms wide and up overhead. Now I want you to bring softness to your knees. So let go through the knees, because when we twist, you're going to find that the legs may shift. Good. Inhale, bring the arms back up, turn to face the front. And as you exhale, splay the arms wide and twist to your left. Synchronize with breath. Inhale to the front. Exhale, rotate right. Good. Inhale, face the front. Exhale, spin to the left. Power 3. One more round. Inhale, face the front. This time, take the hands up towards the ceiling, maybe bow the head back and gaze in that direction. And as you exhale, begin to pour down and over to Uttanasana, shifting your weight forward towards your toes as you bow. On your next in-breath, bend your knees and lift the arms forward and up to your chair pose. Shift your thigh bones back so you can see the toenails. Reach up and out through the side traps, through the outseam of the fingertips. Look forward somewhere with your eyes. Affirming here, my body is no burden. It is light as air. Next, inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Flex your wrists and then press the palms up. But I want you to focus on the two lines of energy again. Push down through the soles of the feet. Press up through the heel of your hands. And then exhale, release the arms to your sides. All right, when you're ready, step your right foot back. And when you step your right foot back, we're going to square the hips. All right, from here, take your hands to the hips. Go ahead and sail the right arm skyward. As you exhale, you're going to bring the hand to half namaste and just barely lean forward. All right, inhale, come back up. Reach that arm skyward. Exhale, see if it's possible to slowly hinge forward a bit more. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, half namaste. See if you can hinge maybe more than that second round. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bring the hand back to the heart. Gently pour over. And then at this time, if you want to take the hands to blocks, you can bring the blocks down to rest the hands on. And some of you may be flexible enough to lose the blocks altogether and bow down. Pyramid pose. Sometimes this is also called intense side stretch. You'll experience that if you kind of pop and squeeze the left hip in. And on your next inhale, stack on fingertips for the blocks, lengthen out through the vertebrae. Bring the hands to the hips and slowly depend on your legs, your firm foundation to come up. Good. When you're ready, you're going to rotate the right foot so it's more parallel to the back side of your mat, and your left toes are going to stay facing the front edge. Good. Float the arms up, shoulder height. Lengthen out over the left leg. And then draw right back up to center. Good, exhale, stretch over. Good, inhale, come up. Stretch over, now windmill down to your triangle pose. Right arm reaching up, left hand can rest on the thigh, the shin, the ankle, or a block. Visualize there's a stream coming down from the heavens, down through this top hand, and running right into your heart. Affirming energy and joy are flowing down to me. Inhale, gently come up. Let your right arm hang back. Let your left arm reach skyward. Exhale, now lunge that left knee. Bring the hands down to the floor or blocks. Spin off the back heel. Create this low lunge. Line up that shin so it's perpendicular to the floor. And then springboard the back foot forward and fold down and into self. Uttanasana. Gravitate the heart a little lower towards the knees. Let everything flow to the crown of the head. One more deep breath. And then inhale, root down through the soles of the feet. Sweep the arms to your sides and up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Fingertips reaching up. Flex your wrist and push up through the heel of your hand. Apply the pressure down through the soles of the feet. So you're also igniting your lower body. And then exhale, let the arms spin out and relax down. All right, we're going to step the left foot back this time. Square the hips. Take your hands here. Take the left arm skyward. And as you exhale, bring the hand to half namaste and just go in a diagonal line forward, not too deep. We're going to do this in phases. Inhale, coming up, lifting the left arm. Exhale, hinge forward and bow some more. Good. Inhale, build up. Exhale, drive forward. Your next edge of flexibility here. And inhale, coming up. And this next one, you'll be able to let go more. All right, when you're ready, folding. Maybe taking the hands to blocks, maybe hands to the ground, seeing what's accessible. So when we try to force something, that's when we get a little reckless. If we know we're not ready for something and we're doing it anyway, that's being a little reckless. Luckily, you don't have to worry about that too much in a gentle class, but you still need to honor your body, protect yourself, especially if you're coming back from injury or surgery or a long break, or if you're just dealing with a lot of stress in your outside life. Right now, I want you to affirm mentally, I'm giving myself over to the flow of grace. Giving myself over to the flow of grace. And next inhale, lift about halfway up. Place your hands to your hips, and then depend on the strength of your legs and core to come up. Awesome. All right, we're gonna turn that back foot, float the arms up, lengthen out over, but then we're coming right back up. Another breath in and reach out. And re-center. This time when we launch out over the right leg, we'll actually go into triangle pose. Fine tune your alignment. Like sometimes we have to fine tune the alignment in our cars. This is our vehicle here. Remember, the breath is our fuel. Maintain nice, deep, open breath so that energy and joy can flow down to you. Inhale, pull up. Lower that hand, reach the right arm. Old school version of triangle pose. Take one last deep breath. Then as you exhale, gently bring the hands down to the floor or the blocks. Spin off of the back heel, lunge that front knee. Is this okay, Beth?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if you could lunge. I'm impressed.
This is one of my exercises.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Can you beat on hands and knees by chance? Or
No, can't be on them.
Not yet. Okay, cool. I'm glad I asked. All right, let's step the back foot forward. Fold down and in, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway up on arrival. So your hands come up to your shins. You're propping yourself up. But as you prop yourself up, sometimes I see people doing this. Your head should actually be up. You're lifting your ears away from your shoulders, and you're trying to get space in your thoracic spine behind your heart. All right, exhale, let's go right back down and into your Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up to the top. And exhale, bring hands closer to the heart. All right, we're gonna step wide to, I would say right, but if you guys wanna see me, you can turn left. It's no big deal, either way. You just won't be mirroring each other. All right, so with the feet really wide, notice if you pronate or supinate the feet, meaning do you roll to the outer edges of the feet? Do you roll more to the inner edges of the feet? You probably know by looking at the bottom of your shoes. So correct that so that you're not doing that. And then lay the arms out, 5-point star. Good, now rotate your right foot 90 degrees. Good, lunge that knee, come to Virabhadrasana 2. It's okay. If you do one side, just do the other side. Yeah, exactly. Now flip your hands open. Be a receptive warrior. All right, from here, turn your head, chin in line with your chest. Inhale, straighten your leg, lift the arms up. Good, exhale, lunge the knee. You can turn your gaze down the right fingertips. Inhale, turn the head to neutral, lift the arm, straighten the right leg. Exhale, come back, Virabhadrasana 2, now hold. Good, inhale, straighten that leg, rotate the hands down, lower them, and turn that right foot. Rotate your left foot. Or the other left foot, depending on where you're at. Lift your arms up. Exhale, lunge the knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Now make sure that front thigh is rolling open. Holding steady. And then flipping your palms open. Turn your head neutral. Inhale, straighten that leg, lift the arms up. Good, exhale, lunge the knee. You can gaze out over the left fingertips if you want to include your neck. Inhale, lift up, neck neutral. Exhale, come back into warrior 2. Last one. Exhale, pause and hold while you're in it. And affirming here. I joyfully manifest the power of my own strength. Straighten that leg. Turn your hands and release. Turn that left foot in. Stack your hands onto your hips, but you're gonna roll the shoulders back. Okay, this is your first option. This is actually the more gentle version, okay? So if you wanna keep the shoulders back, elbows winging back, do this. If you want it to be a little bit more advanced, you're gonna lace your hands together, roll the shoulders back, and pop open the chest. So really, if you just wanna work on chest and shoulders here, you can just be here. Okay. If you want to fold, again, hands to hips or hands lays behind. Basically, we're just trying to keep the shoulders back and the chest open, even if we hinge down. Prasarita Padottanasana. So you're doing B or C. Now release your hands to the floor and walk the hands out before you. All right, stack them back on your waist after you've evened out that blood flow. And then gently pressurize the feet to slowly tilt back up to stand. Good. Whichever foot is closer to the front of the room, you're going to turn it. Take your time stepping up. All right, once here, hands to prayer position at the heart. We're going to inhale, take our chair pose. So the knees bend and the arms lift. Sit deep in your hips. Pull back through your thigh bones. Draw up through your navel. Look out with your eyes. All right, we're going to come through for a vinyasa. So when you come down to Uttanasana, straighten your legs first. Inhale, sprout up or pop up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, we're taking plank. Stepping back, allowing our upper body strength to hold and support our weight. As you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. If it feels too long for you, maybe baby step the feet forward. All right, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do one more of those. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold and breathe. Nice. When you're ready, inhale, come forward, plank. Shift down to the belly and untuck the toes. Crawl the forearms forward. We're taking Sphinx. Elbows lined up underneath the shoulders. And you're just smiling, your head ain't better.
Not if I bend over.
Okay. So this is better to be up.
Yes.
Okay, good. Lengthen the legs back. Squeeze into the glutes as you press down to the pubic bone. Retract the navel. Fly up through the heart. And find somewhere to gaze at. The more you activate the legs, the knee should actually kind of tuck and lift away from the floor. Next out breath, you're going to slide the hands back. You're going to come down to the brow. You're going to tuck your toes. This is a challenge here. So we're going to lift the knees. And we're going to try to push through the palms and come straight up. Plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we're going to bring ourselves back down to the floor. So if you can land to your knees, you can come down to the knees. If you, oh my goodness, that is so impressive. I was like, I don't know how God is going to do this, but she did it. She came down to one knee, slid the other leg out. It's like, she is maintaining her body. Beautiful. All right, we're going to come down to our seat and stretch the legs out in front. Bend the right knee. Open up from the hip. Lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, come down to Janu Shirshasana. Head of the knee pose. if that knee wants to float up away from the floor, see if you can push down through the thigh bone. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're gonna twist to the right, left hand to the bent knee, right hand to the floor behind us. Twist through the low back. Lift through the chest. Twist through the shoulders. Lift through the head, and twist through the neck. Good, exhale, unwind. Float that right knee up, slide that leg out. Bend the left knee, and then turn open for the neck. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, come down. Janu Shasana. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, we're gonna spin to the left. Just be casual in the twist at first, because we're gonna take it deeper. Inhale, lift through the navel, and exhale, twist through the waist. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, twist more through the upper back and shoulders. Inhale, lift through the top of the head. Exhale, now twist more from your neck. Not taking it to the degree where the breath is inhibited. Exhale. Unwind. Oh my goodness, that felt so good. Straighten out the left leg. We're going to start gathering our props. We're going to start turning it more restorative. So, we just did a twist. I'm going to skip the restorative twist that I had planned. We're going to do this one instead. Where the bolster is in the middle of your mat, where you're sitting on top of it. Now I'm going to show you a couple things before you get into it. So it's like a restorative bridge where the shoulders, head and arms come down on one side and the feet land on the other. Now my arms are here, but you could also bring the arms overhead. Now something to consider with the legs here. This feels great to my low back, but it doesn't always feel good to my low back. So if it doesn't feel good to your low back, I would like you to try placing blocks under your ankles to see if that helps. And then if it's still aggravated, you can slide the blocks back and have the knee bent like this. So it's a different way to do restorative bridge, but it gives you an opportunity to have a softer cushion below your body and the potential to straighten your legs out. Now, Beth, how does that feel with your knee? It's okay? All right, cool. How is it, Lynn? Yeah, I could tell something was off. I was watching you. So try to, was it just your shoulders, your head and your neck off on the mat, or was it more of your mid back?
More upper.
Okay, good. Yeah, try the blocks. Hopefully that will feel better. Give me a thumbs up if it does. Okay. I'm gonna make this work for you. Okay, we're gonna try something. Isn't it better? Isn't that- That's what she needs to do. Notice when you are shifting gears, going from movement to stillness, what crops up to your awareness? Several of you have just been able to completely surrender into it without any trouble. And some of you have had to pay attention to those messages, and you've needed to shift or rearrange your body in order to improve the state of your relaxation. This shows you are tuned in and listening. And that is yoga. Yoga is the unification of the mind, body, and spirit coming together as one. We're not going to stay here much longer. I would suggest taking 5 to 7 more breaths. completion of those breaths. Probably the easiest to exit if you bend the knees and just roll away to your favorite or better spot. Cautiously filling up. We're going to take the bolster down in front of us. If you prefer Stonehenge for this, you can do that pose instead. But I was going to lead us into this one where the legs prop up on the bolster, the blanket swaddles the legs by wrapping and tucking under. And then reclining down to your back. And Stonehenge is another good one. So since we were in a back bend before, the idea here is to still have the legs elevated, but the back to be not necessarily fully flat to the floor, but more grounded. Your hands can rest on or off the body. Your body settles into this position. Notice where your thoughts want to drive you. Are they being driven towards the past? Are they wanting to drive off into the future? Are you being driven to a different place where you're at now? And if you find that your mind wants to wander, bring it back by anchoring yourself with your breath. Remembering where you are. And just tune back in. moment to relax your toes, the arches and ankles of both feet. Notice how your legs have responded to this blanket. Being propped up and supported and held. And hopefully you find that they're already relaxed. Soften your seats, pelvic floor. Relax your belly, chest, back. Soften your shoulders, let it trickle down your arms, hands, and fingertips. Flexing your throat, neck, facial muscles. Firming bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, depression, any and all turning thoughts. Now given over into the hands of peace. Peace, be still. Be still. Know that I am. Slowly start to move the body in a way to come out of this pose. So for some of you, you may want to just slide your feet back. That may naturally unruffle the blanket. You may want to even tip your knees from side to side, rock them back and forth. We're going to make our way to a seat that's sitting on top of the rock. Any way that works for you. We're going to do a little mini visual guided meditation before we end our practice today. We're actually going to take it from the crown chakra to the root chakra instead of from the root to the crown. So as you're sitting upright, close your eyes. I want you to imagine a disc of white light spinning clockwise over the top of your head. Circle it around 3 times. And then drop into your crown. Picturing a purple spinning disc of light, rotating clockwise 3 times. And then drop the awareness into the third eye. At the third eye, envision a disc, blue light, spinning clockwise 3 times. And sink down into your throat. Imagining a disc of aqua light spinning 3 times in the throat. And dropping the intention into your heart center. Envisioning a green disc of light circling clockwise 3 times. And down into the abdomen, changing the color to yellow. Dropping down a level to the second chakra, turning the color to orange. Spinning disc of orange light rotating clockwise 3 times. And dropping your awareness into the pelvic floor, turning that disc to red. And we're going to bring our hands to the core where we were envisioning the yellow disc of light. Stick with this color. Noticing if you feel any warmth, any tingling or pulsation. A couple people have recently been saying that as they look beyond the veil, as they look within each person, some of the light codes coming to us are now being implemented in this field. These light codes are coming down to us all. At different points, they'll be activated. If you want yours activated, just state internally. If it's time, if it's the proper time, please activate these new light codes. If you think you're ready, ask. Breathe down deep into the belly. And draw your hands to prayer position. The light within me honors and bows to the beautiful light within each of you. And we take any lessons we've learned on the mat off the mat. And please drive cautiously home. Namaste. For showing up today.